Hello, hello, my lovely friends. So today I thought I would make a video and basically complain about my disorganized state and sort of trying to regroup my organization. Just trying to see if this is focused. Is this focused? I think this is focused. So, I personally love to watch videos about craft space organization, being organized, reorganizing. I don't know. There's something about our brains that just, we love to watch people organize their stuff. Maybe there's an actual word for that. I don't know. I should look it up. But anyway, so I thought, you know what? Well, one of my goals for 2023 is to make more videos for my YouTube channel. So I thought, why not just share a little bit of this with you today and maybe get some of your input as well. So here's the deal. I am going to be doing a lot more journaling and journaling videos. And so I want to have things set up in such a manner so that things are easy to access. And one of the things that I did over December, and when I was working on the December daily, was I had this box here set up with all these little sections, and I found it surprisingly helpful, and it made life a lot easier. And I got this idea from Kelly over at Root Pursuit, and I loved her video where she was organizing all her bits and pieces, and she had this set of drawers, those colored plastic drawers. I think you get them at Michael's. Anyways, and she had this one drawer, and she just had put all her tiny bits and pieces in all of these little boxes, and my brain just lit up like a Christmas tree, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. Part of it was she had wrapped all of her boxes, her recycled boxes, and made them look so pretty, and I was like, I want to do that too. And so anyways, I did it for Christmas. It really worked out great because I was like, I've got teeny tiny ripped pieces here, I've got whatever teeny tiny pieces in here, and then I had stickers, and I had different tags here and different stickers, and different stickers, and it just really made life a lot easier because I'm kind of a spaz when it comes to the way I journal. I just have stuff everywhere. So in the pursuit of trying to make things a little bit not just more organized, but I find that I spend so much time looking for stuff, and then a journal page will take me 5 hours, but 4.5 of that has been looking for stuff, right? So my prior system over here was I have all these binders, and I had all of these filled with plastic, like those little coin envelopes. I'll show you in a second. And I had all my fussy cuts, I had tickets, I had everything in these binders. And from an organizational point of view, it worked out great. And then I sort of had, you know, sort of codes for the kind of things that were in them, and I had tags on, you know, fussy cut stickers. Oops, that is not focusing. Fussy cut stuff and different tags. And then in here was other different kinds of fussy cuts. Obviously I have rubber stamps out so I can see where they are. Here was Ziploc bags, seam bindings, different kinds of embroidery floss. So that was all great. But what I found was that once I got working here at the desk, I seemed to sort of just lose track of the fact that there was stuff here. I just forgot. I just almost never went to these binders and opened them up. And as I was sort of evaluating how I'm going to go forward for January, because I want to do more journaling, of course, but I don't want to spend what seems like an eternity looking for things. Okay, so these were the sheets. This was the sort of thing that I was doing. So I would fussy cut everything out, and then this worked great. Or at least it seemed to work great. It seemed to be the ideal solution. Because then I could clearly see everything. I could group them in different kinds of tickets, different kinds of labels. Let's see. Here we had some, what do you call it, like flashcards. Here I had some moon phases, because I was trying to learn more about moon phases. Like, I think this book was just pretty random. Here's some words that I had typed out. So in theory, this was great. I loved this. And it didn't really take up that much space, because really all I was doing was, oops, what was that? Words. But as brilliant as this is, I have to say, I just kind of forgot that they were there. They just became part of the furniture. And every once in a while it'd be like, oh yeah, I think like in this one here, I have different colored old stamps. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I want those stamps. Or here you can see I've got letters and numbers. But honestly, the stuff that's in here, and there is a ton of fussy cut in there, I just wasn't using it. And part of for me, the real kick in the pants was I found this yellow binder in another room. I had no idea what was in it, right? And I was like, oh, hang on, what's in here? And then I open it up, and it's just full of oodles and oodles and oodles of me having stamped for days on tissue paper. And I totally had drawn a blank, right? I was like, I don't know, like, totally. I mean, I remembered that I had done it, but I didn't actively look for these things. And I thought, okay, what's going on with my brain? Like, why is this seems like in theory, like this would be a really great system. And for some people, maybe it would be. But the sad truth of it is that if I don't have it in front of me, if I can't see it, I don't use it. I forget about it. And I was like, man, I have got a lot of great stuff in here. I have all these die cuts. Like, I had big ideas, clearly. And nothing got used. So what I'm working on now is trying to figure out how to basically incorporate this sort of a system. Like, see, I've got all of these tags. Some of these are stickers, some of them are cardstock. But these are things I could actively be using. And I'm just like, whoa, right? So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna try this sort of thing and this sort of thing, so that even though this way of being able to look at all of the tags that I have very, very clearly, when they're in binders, I'm just not gonna actively use them or engage, whatever the word is, right? So this seems to be a little bit more handy. I don't know. I mean, who knows? 6 months from now, I might totally be onto something different. But for now, that's what's going on. I made this little box here. And so then I put half ripped sheets of paper and things that I can use. So this was handy as opposed to just being in a drawer. This specific size, oops, is a great size. It's basically a half of a piece of paper, and that's perfect for gluing into the size of my journal right now. So I think this is going to work out great, because then I'm not going through drawers and drawers of paper of different sizes. right? Like, this is a great way to store paper, but I like the idea that I can just be like, okay, I need a half a sheet. What have I already got? What have I printed out? What have I got? What can I work with? So it is definitely a work in progress. I have to say, I know that some people would think this is a total waste of time, but I'm really enjoying the process. I'm enjoying the rethinking and the brainstorming about how I work and why. I'm enjoying the idea that I'm learning to do things in a different way. And I'm enjoying the fact that I just get to go through all of this stuff and become reacquainted with things that I've printed out, things that I've purchased that I forgot that I had. It's like, oh yeah, I remember when I bought that file. I love that. Right? And all these things here that I just had forgotten about. So let's see where we get with all of this. So yeah, I've got bins. I think are going to be the way to go for me for right now. Like, these are a bunch of tabs that I pre-cut. What else? So I'm working on that. I have this trolley here. And so I'm just trying to figure out what are the things that I want to use the most, that I want near me, but I don't want on my work table, because there's always going to be crap on here and there's always going to be a cat. The only reason there's not a cat right now is because this is here. Anyways, so yeah, so that's kind of what's going on. I've got this stuff to go through as well. I mean, I have paper. These drawers are all paper. Sorry, I'm kind of unsure about how I'm filming this. And down here I have the rest of my stamps, pads, and I want to make sure that I don't forget what colors I have, because I found that over the Christmas I was just using 2 or 3 stamp pads, and then I was like, oh wait. Like, it's terrible how I forget sometimes. Some days I really wonder what's going on in my brain. Anyway, so I pulled out the colors that I really wanted to use a lot in January and February. And then I thought, okay, so I've got my label maker here, my tab punch here, my stamp cleaner here. I'm going to use those things every day. Here's some my little mini pads. Some numbers that I punched out, and I really want to use those more. Some acrylic stamps here. So this cart is going to be mostly just sort of something I can pull by my side and have there, and then underneath, well, there'll be more paper. The other thing that I did, this will be the last thing, is that I bought this pencil box that I have been wanting forever and ever. I got it on Amazon. And what I really like about it is that it has the super flat trays, and a lot of them. So this, I find, is really great for fussy cuts and tiny things. So all these little teeny tiny bits, because I love using numbers and labels, I'm just going to throw them all in here. What I had done in the past was I had these sort of strange ice cube tray things, and I kept them in here, and that's all fine and dandy till one of the cats knocks it over. But I loved this, and I used this at Christmas time, and it was great because it was just so much in one place. So I got that there. So I really liked how this turned out. Now for the going forward in the winter, I just have to figure out what I'm going to put in what spots. And that's just, so yesterday going through some stuff, I'd found these fake stamps. Why is that not focusing? Anyways, doesn't matter. So that's what's going on here today. So here I've got some of the winter washi and the winter stamps handy. And then I got other stamps handy. So I'm on the right track. Let's see where this takes us. I will do a update video in a few weeks and then show you how I managed. What I would like to do is I'm going to take what's left in this big binder, this binder, and some of those binders, and then I'm going to condense them and see if I'm more apt to use what's in there if there's less binders to flip through, because I think that was part of the problem. That there was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was way too much just to remember what's in there and be like, oh yeah, I'm just going to go right there and go get it, right? So, okay, that's it for me. Thank you very, very, very much for watching and hanging out with me for a few minutes. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up because it helps the algorithm for both you and myself. And yeah, take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye.